Hello, Destiny 1 fans. I'm Scott0811, and here's the top 5 things that I don't like about Destiny 2 and how to fix them. If you want to see the top 5 things I love about Destiny 2, click right there. Number 1, the ghost dialogue. Kind of all the dialogue, really.
That's right, the ghost dialogue. Imagine coming into the tower and just hearing a refreshing voice. I think they lost a big opportunity here. They could have really gone with like 100 different dialogues that rotate each week, maybe 5 different ones, just so we don't get sick of the same things. I mean, who remembers hearing this 1,000 times?
This is Eva Levante back at the tower.
Just think of all the missed opportunities here. You have a voice actor there, write 100 lines for him. We can have 10 different lines each week that rotate out every 10 weeks. You never hear the same one more than a couple times a week, and it keeps the game more refreshing. Try these on for size.
The tower, a shining beacon of hope for dance parties. Doesn't it kind of feel good to be back here, Guardian? Welcome back, Guardian. Now's a bad time to tell you forgot something on Nessus, right? Welcome back to the tower, Guardian. Don't forget to buy some shaders. The tower, the city and humanity's last hope. And we also have a jukebox. I can't believe they actually cleaned this place up after they got rid of Eris Morn.
Now, I've played this game for 160,000 minutes in my lifetime, so I've heard these lines way too much. Just give us some more dialogue, mix it up a little bit, make sure we don't hear the same lines over and over again, and the game will play so much better.
Number 2, the legendary and exotic drop rate. Before you say what, just give me a second to explain.
Stay with me here. Yes, I've got a problem with the legendary and the exotic drop rate in Destiny 2. Think back to Destiny 1 when you were playing, if you did play. When a legendary dropped, you felt fantastic. You were a kid on Christmas morning. You were so excited to run back to the tower and see what it made. Even when you were max level, it still was fun to get legendaries and exotics. Now in Destiny 2, this loot system is just broken. Sometimes you get 2 exotics. Sometimes you don't get any exotics at all. Sometimes you get the same exotic 13 times in a row before you get the one you actually need. This is something that desperately needs to be fixed. Now, I will say, with the addition of random rolls coming to Destiny 2 in the next month or so, this will definitely help. Every time a legendary drops, you'll say, "Woo! I wonder what I got," and what the perks are. But again, if they drop so frequently that it doesn't make it feel special, I'm sorry, but I've got a problem there. And I know some of you might complain with this and say, look, I want as many legendaries as possible. I sympathize, but as a person who plays this game a lot, and I think most Destiny 2 players do, it's just time to reduce the amount of loot we get so we can cherish the loot we do get. I know that's counterintuitive, but I think it will work. Overpowering us with new gear doesn't make it better. It makes it worse. The other thing to keep in mind here is the exotic loot and the legendary loot that used to drop from strikes in Destiny 1. Remember grinding the same strike over and over and over just to get that one item that you didn't get, like the exotic sparrow they just released a couple months ago? These are things that they took away from us in Destiny 2, and I'm just not sure why. It doesn't make sense to me. These things are the things we grinded and grinded for every day of our life. And if you take that away, well, you just leave us with a bunch of loot we don't really want. And that's a problem for me. Now again, I don't think we need to get one legendary a week or even limit us to a certain number. It just needs to be an appropriate amount. It seems like they had worked a good amount in Destiny 1 and they went backwards in Destiny 2. We just got so much loot that every time we got it, we just didn't care. I mean, how many more times do you want the tarantula or the good bone structure?
Number 3, the use of the tower and all the social spaces.
Okay, this one is actually really important to me. I think they missed a huge opportunity in the tower. I remember the first time I spawned into the tower in Destiny 2, and I was excited. And I'm sure you were too. It was something new to explore that was a non-combat area. I mean, how much time did you spend jumping on top of the vault in Destiny 1? I think they missed a really big opportunity here to give us something really unique in Destiny 2. Now, they did give us a really good tower, and they did make improvements from Destiny 1. I can't deny that. But where are all these doors going? Why can't we utilize this social space? How about when you beat a Nightfall, this door opens in the tower and you can go in there? Or how about when you do it under 10 minutes, you get this door to open? There's so much opportunity here. Maybe you beat the raid on Prestige and all of a sudden a whole new area of the tower opens up. And guess what? They could do something really fun where if you and your buddy are in the tower, you've beaten the raid and they haven't, you can walk through, and when your buddy walks through, he gets shot by the robot guards that are basically just sweeping the tower all the time. Now, having said all that, they did give us a lot of cool stuff, as I said before. I don't think the tower in Destiny 2 is a bad place by any means, so I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But it's one of my pet peeves with this game because they had a huge opportunity here, knowing how much time we spent in the tower and how much stupid stuff we did in the tower when we had a whole game to play. Think about it. Instead of shooting aliens in the face, we spent 3 hours trying to get on top of the vault. Who does that? We do, because it's fun and it brings another aspect of gameplay. Now, I will say they did add a lot of really cool stuff, like this Daito room. I mean, I don't know what it does, and I don't know why it's there. But they never told us, and they never did anything with it. Come on, Bungie, you give us a secret space, and then nothing really happens. I honestly just think this is another excuse for, my name is Blythe here, to make another video. And you know what? I don't even blame them, because I watch them and I like them. All right, here's the last point I'm going to make, and then we'll just move on to number 4. Why in the world would you put invisible walls in the tower, Bungie? Come on! Now, in Crucible maps, in PvE, and everywhere else, invisible walls. They are a good thing, people. But why? Why would you put them in the tower? Who cares where we go? What, is someone going to get off the map and sit there? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky here, but with all the fun and all the little gimmicks and all the things we can find and escape and go into, I just think there's no harm in letting us go wherever we want and do whatever we want because it's the tower. And you know what? After saving the galaxy like 74 times, I'm fairly certain we can handle just sitting off on some ledge somewhere. Let me ask you a good question. When's the last time you went to the farm? I'll give you a minute.
What do you think? Do you agree? If not, leave me a comment below. If so, leave me a comment below. I'll pick 10 lucky winners for these cool custom 3D printed engrams. Number 4, our missing content.
Oh man, I'm about to get all worked up on this one. Destiny 1 should not be separate from Destiny 2. Let me explain. When you take a game as good as Destiny 1 and everything you've learned in the first year or two, and you've perfected it pretty much by year 3, and then year 4 is just the grand finale and everyone's excited and everything's going great, why in the world would you completely remake essentially the same game? I just don't understand it, Bungie. I know that with the improvements from the Xbox and the PlayStation and dropping the last generation consoles, it was probably difficult. But you should have plotted a path forward. You should have included every bit of Destiny 1 content inside Destiny 2. There was no major reworks, and the game stayed largely the same, and there's no excuse for taking all of that content away. Just think. If they would have included that content and all the fixes and improvements they put in Destiny 1, Destiny 2 would have launched as basically Destiny 1 Year 5 with a complete rework in graphics and game engine. Let that sink in for a minute, people. That would be the game that everybody would want, and they wouldn't be in this controversy right now. Think about a game that plays as well as Destiny 2. Without faction rallies and the popularity contest that is. And that didn't even make this list, so don't get me started on that. I certainly hope they have a lot of news in store for us with year 2, because that whole thing is a mess. That would have never come into play. Exotic drop rate duplicates would have never come into play. We would have never had an abundance of loot in legendaries without random rolls. We would have had all our old contents and all our old raids. So just think, when you got bored of the Leviathan, or after 2 months when Destiny 2 completely tanked for almost every player. They went from having 8.4 million active players, as indicated by Destiny Tracker, down to under 500,000 within 6 months. Okay? I guarantee that that does not happen if you can play Vault of Glass, King's Fall, and all those wonderful raids that we love and want to go back and feel nostalgia. I guarantee we are not in this predicament right now if they keep Destiny 1 content in Destiny 2. It should have never been excluded, and it should be added back as soon as possible. All right, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. That's it for that one. Wrapping up the list.
Number 5, the speed of play.
All right, last but definitely not least is the speed of play. And that's the term I use to say we don't have any adjustability of anything anymore. Think back to intellectual strength and discipline numbers. You could adjust how quickly you got your super, and you could see the changes in real time. You had infinitely configurable gear. You had the infamous 13 stack build that everybody wanted so badly. Think about the options we had in Destiny 1. We've lost all those options. And with that, we've lost a core element of the gameplay. We don't even have artifacts anymore. Not that I like them that much to begin with, but they added another step of play that's missing currently in Destiny 2. All right, that's going to wrap up this list. Don't forget to check out the top 5 things I absolutely love about Destiny 2. Because don't get it wrong, there is a lot to love. Also, don't forget to leave a comment if you want a custom printed 3D engram. I'm going to let you pick the color. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. Just do it awesome? I don't know. See you guys later.